So, I have some news. I am just getting on Nellis Air Force Base, and I got an email. An email from the White House. They answered my email. Let's discuss. So what is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. I'm outside of the wonderful exchange. They had an insane deal today on iPads. I had to come through, pick up some mail, and I've been away from work because, been away from the office and doing my normal things because I royally screwed up my knee, which is still pretty effed, by the way. But I told you guys yesterday that I had done a couple days ago that I had sent in an email, and I did get a response from their press, I guess aides or whatever. It's not from the press secretary directly, obviously, but I did get a response from. I sent one in yesterday after I saw the news conference with the executive orders where Trump said he was going to roll back emissions to 2020, right? And I felt, I'm just moving because I don't like taking up a handicap spot if somebody needs it. And I was like, sometimes the president can say stuff, but it's just like, that's a starting point, but he's not clear about it. So I wanted to get a better idea of what was going on. And I did not expect to get a response this fast. Let me park over here. But I did. I got a response ultra fast, and I'm happy that I got that response. I'm happy I got the response that I got. Is that the best way for me to say it? I'm ecstatic about the response that I got. And without further ado, let's get into that. There goes the big truck. Anywho's, I'm going to go ahead and put that right here. And I'm also blocking out part of their email because it's not the press at whitehouse.gov that I got. It's their personal email or their email at the White House. I don't want people blowing their stuff up. So unless they tell me it's cool, we're going to hold that. I'm following up on your media request over a statement made by President Donald J. Trump. Yesterday, during signing of executive orders, the president made a statement that the administration will be rolling back emissions to 2020. This is a correct statement, but it was a starting. Let me read this clear. This is a correct statement, but it is a starting point. As my colleague emailed you last week on the Diesel Emissions Reduction Act, also known as DERA, and that President Trump didn't support this bill, the president is working with the EPA and Congress to push these emissions back even further. We will provide more details as they become available. I hope this addresses your questions. Please reach back out to us with any other questions in the future. And their name and White House press secretary assistant. Damn. And their phone number and stuff, which I'll probably redact. But major, that's huge. And here's the thing, if you're a YouTube journalist, if you want to call yourself that, or you just have a YouTube channel and you want to get on the list to be able to get access to ask the White House things, just email them. Press at I just see a wire hanging that I installed something and it's driving me nuts. OCD, man. Just email them, press at whitehouse.com, or is it press at whitehouse.gov. Anyways, so we got a response there that clearly shows at least the messaging that's coming out of the White House that 2020 isn't it. They're going further. He's just on the spot and saying where he's at right now. And it makes a lot of sense because even going back to 2020, they still had MDS and all this other stuff. And if the chairman of Stellantis is making phone calls to try to get emissions help, get the ability to be able to build the cars and trucks that we all want, Cummins diesel engines that don't have diesel exhaust fluid or diesel particulate filters, and Hemi engines that don't have the MDS cylinder deactivation BS on it, I think he's going to have to go further in 2020. And that's why, granted, they kind of are leaving that open. I know what you guys are going to say in the comments. They're just saying that because there's some initial blowback from what he said yesterday. But I believe them. I believe that they're going to push this back. And to be honest, would it be nice if they went back to like 1970? Sure, it would. I would love it. It would make my friggin' day if they went all the way back to 1970. Are they going back to 1970? Probably not. Most likely, they're going to go back to like 2000, and that is pre-active fuel management, MDS, pre-diesel exhaust fluid. I could live with 2000 emissions. Go back 25 years. I could live with 2000 emissions. I could do it. I'd be all right. I really would rather that we don't have anything. But, I mean, if we're being realistic, if we're having a compromise here, I think, pre-2006 emissions would work. But I'll leave the question to you. This was breaking news. I didn't expect to get this. I was literally like a light away from coming on base to get through the gate when I got that email. And I was like, damn. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends. Whoopee!